we'll be stopping by to say hello. Out here it's real life, no fuss, no show. With Highland cattle and piggies on the go. We got meat, birds, fur babies too. Gardens growing fresh, right in view. I'm baking up love in all that I do, and helping the small folks to see them through. Welcome to the Proms, where the fun's running wild, with the homestead heart and a country style. We're growing good food and raising some joy, and giving a hand to each girl and boy. So come on by, have a laugh or two at the Proms. We're waiting just for you. Out in the yard, where the chickens roam, we're building a life that feels like home. From the veggies we grow to the soil we turn, it's a simple life and so much to learn. I'm baking bread, smell the warm sweet air. Piggies squealing, love's everywhere. We lend a hand to channels that care, because lifting each other is what we share. Welcome to the Proms, where the fun's running wild, with a homestead heart and a country style. We're growing good food and raising some joy, and giving a hand to each girl and boy. So come on by, have a laugh or two at the Proms. We're waiting just for you. So come on and join, let's build it together through thick and thin in any weather. We're all in this, let's make it better at the Proms. It's a life to treasure. Welcome to the Proms, where the fun's running wild, with a homestead heart and a country style. We're growing good food and raising some joy, and giving a hand to each girl and boy. So come on by, have a laugh or two at the Proms. We're waiting just for you. Yeah, at the Proms, we're waiting just for you.
Hello, hello, hello. Make sure that, it's saying that I'm speaking, so we are good to go. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to make it, guys. You can still see, still a bit swollen up here, but surgery's Tuesday, and we'll have to play procrastination Thursday. Maybe if I have Jesse, or I have Glenda, or I have somebody with me, I might be able to do it. After I say hello to everybody, it's just an open mic kind of night. There's only a few things that I have to go over with folks, and again, you do you. I'm not trying to sway you one way or another. I think Jesse and Lisa might go one way, and Glenda and I are going to go another. It don't matter. It's hey, Coffee Doodle. Appreciate you coming over from Reverend Dreams. You're always welcome here. We might pick on you, but that just shows we care about you. If we never talk about you, yeah. Actually, I was quoted a lot of money. My insurance company is going to cover, I think, half of it. But, you know, this is how my life has gone. The beautiful giggle monster said, nobody's getting the vanilla or the maple syrup other than me. So she threw down the cash. So everything is headed her way. Mine is step two. Your independent DC person, who's the head of your country, has decided that Canadians cannot send food products to the US. So, my super mega shipping department, they returned it back to me Wednesday. It was probably about 4:30, and said unable to send to the US. Too big of a risk. The only way to get it across the border legally is to send it Canada Post to US Post and on that way. I tell you what, it honestly is enough that I want to pull my own tooth out. But anyways, Miss Linda's got her stuff. Actually, she's probably already got her vanilla. And by next week at this time, she'll be sipping some Canadian maple syrup made with this hand and this hand. So, I tell you what, Miss Linda, I'm not sure if you're here, if you're lurking, but I know you normally watching the rerun anyways. Oh, there is Miss Linda. So yeah, she can sniff the vanilla until the Canadian gold hits her doorstep next week. Who am I? I should never have second guessed that, Miss Linda. The support that you have, God bless. We appreciate you more than we could ever show. And I had the lady at the postal service yesterday. Whenever I got it going the right way this time, she's like, "Did you wrap this good enough?" And I'm like, "Wrap it good enough?" I said, "It's not in glass. It's one of our 1-liter plastics, and it's wrapped in a wine protective sleeve." I stole from Miss Lisa. Shh. Recycle, reuse. That's all I can say. Hey, Glenda. Honestly, Glenda, you just sit back. You need to rest. You rest. And if I really need help, we'll get Sir Grace up here. He can dance a jig. Him and the puppers. Shaking their moneymaker. You might be able to get another meal. So yeah. One thing we did forget to go over last week, week before, I don't know. This whole last 2 weeks has run together. And if I dropped it all on you at once, you'd shed a tear like I have. I build up my account for the trip and it goes down. Bill goes down. You know what? All I can do now is laugh because I've done enough crying. So not only I need surgery here, Sorry, right there. Not only do I need surgery, my surgeon seems to be an amazing man, but I got to come up with $500, which is, hallelujah, God bless, a heck of a lot cheaper than the quote I was given over the phone. I was given a quote of between $3,000 and $4,000, and this man has over halved it. Hey, Jess. Um, God bless him, is all I can say, because he is the first. He's charging me less, okay? And this is why I call dentists scammers. He is charged, and I'm sorry if any of your family members are dentists, but the dentist here who did absolutely nothing, took 2 X-rays and gave me antibiotics that didn't work. That's why I had to cancel my live. Was it last week? Because I was in and out of the hospital all weekend with shortness of breath, chest pain. They figure it was just stress and the pain of actual teeth. And on top of that, this whole thing started with my lovely wife having a major issue. Those who know. It's the same thing that Aunt Lynn has. So she had a fairly big episode. Then that started. And Remy, I had forgotten, or what he ordered to our U.S. Post Office box wasn't there. I thought I had it downstairs. I did not. So I had to run over quick and come right back, which cost you a bloody fortune. And it's just, and then whenever I shipped with Stallion and then got it back because of the not being able to ship food items into the U.S., which is a crock of beep. You know, how many millions of gallons of Canadian maple syrup go into the U.S. every year? Lots. But anyways, hey, Aunt Lynn. It's just been one thing after another. And Wednesday afternoon, in the middle of a 100-degree heat wave, our AC. Yes, our brand new AC. Yes, the one we just paid $28,000 for. That's why I might seem a little glossy. I'm okay. I like the heat. I don't like the heat at night. That's the one time I like to cover up with my big old duvet and call it a night. But let me say hello to everybody before we get way too far behind. We got Joey. Joey. Huh. Hey, Goober. I mean, Scott. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Takes one to know one. We got Miss Cynthia all the way from the Netherlands. She was in here just to singing a song, waiting to get going. And we got Joey just bebopping around. Coffee Doodle popped in. We appreciate that. Mr. Troy Sutton. Angie, our cabin in the woods. 26 days till we get to wrap arms around each other's necks. Tony, I might squeeze somebody's neck harder than others. But, anyways, I know we're going to have many more lives before then, but safe travels to everybody in 25, 26 days. I feel like crap, but I still can't wait. I can't wait. We called NCL today because Debbie had read that if you're not in the observation area by like 7, you're not going to get a seat where you can see Jack. So then she watched another video that said some cruise lines go in and they just do 360s. NCL is one of those. So NCL will be doing 360s. So if you don't get a close view in the observation area, you can just sit in your balcony. And everybody's situated close enough. Yeah, I'm one down, but I'm still like kitty corner from you guys. We can still, talk. There is, honestly, they said, yeah, NCL sits there, gets as close as legally possible to the glacier. And they said the one thing that if a chunk comes off, and it normally does about that time of year, they said you want to be outside. Because if you have, like they said, could be upwards of 100 tons of ice going into the water, you feel it in your chest whenever the ice hits the water and sets off that big boom. So I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. Wait, no technique. Hey, you do what you do. You wanna swim, you swim. But that water's far too cold for this boy up there. And I got a lot of insulation. I still have not been able to find myself a rain jacket / windbreaker that I like. That's under $100. So I got to get that ordered this week too. Now, 2 of my suppliers have some. They're under $50. So I'll probably just pick up one of those and then get probably just get a pair of windbreaker pants, because that's, like I said last week or the week before, I hate being wet. But we got Angie, we've got who else we got? There's Tony, our cabin in the woods, and we got the giggle monster, Miss Linda. I know we have my sister, but my sister better be hiding, because she does not need to. She's not feeling good, folks. So she's been outside most of the day, and well, outside in the heat, you know what truly happens. So you just sit back, and like I said to you earlier, we'll get Sir Grace up here telling jokes. Dad jokes. That's right. Thank you, sissy. Smash that like button. Absolutely. Reverend said that he was going to be on for about another half hour or so. So you go catch the rest of Reverend's and then come on back. I may be here, I may not. It depends on how the evening transpires. I'm not going to be. Oh, no. We don't need a fire. Okay. Um, we got lazy days ahead with Miss Lisa and Jesse. Hello, everybody. Mm-hmm. You wanted to get married. Yeah? I got the best one the first time. Or the only one that'll put up with my Christmas. Um, I had people that wouldn't give us a week in 30 years. Let's just say, her brother was at me. Oh, you better blah blah blah. God, he's been through 3 marriages already, and I only got one. Oh, let's see here. You can have full implants made for that. No, you can't. Or I don't. Maybe the VA, but not in Civvytown and not up here. Anyways, I'm more than happy that they cut it. Well, pretty much down. It's going to be about $1,000, I think. Yeah, I don't know where the paperwork is. I think it's about $1,000. That's better than 3,000 to 4,000. And I'm praying that my insurance companies will cover at least half, so that I can put that money back into our fund money for the trip. Yay! We got Aunt Lynn, the giggle monsters all over the place. Do, 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 do. I don't know. My phone's not. My phone isn't buffering at all, Miss Linda. Might want to reset yours. Hey, Christine, how you doing? Oh, you're driving on the way home. Well, that's it. You safe travels, Christine. And if everybody can, pray that Miss Christine has a safe trip home. And yeah, again, 36 days. And Virginia Alexander. Howdy. And whoever's lurking. Howdy, howdy, howdy. So, yeah, the hotel called me. The limousine service they offer is a bit do I want to say a bit expensive? Sure. It's $30 a couple. They pick us up at the motel and they drop us off at the cruise ship. I've read far too many things. And if you guys go watch, JJ and Sherry, it'll come to me. If you go watch JJ and Sherry, they had a hard time getting anything within like 2 miles of the downtown. Good luck, because they want the bigger runs. They want to run you out to the airport and back again. Especially whenever we have 6 ships in that morning, that Sunday morning. So it's, yes, all things Wagner. Thank you, sis. Oh, yeah, and by the looks of it, you're the only one that's buffering, Miss Linda. Because I know my phone's not doing a darn tootin' thing. It's streaming fine. Not sure. Yes. And don't forget the yuckiness of bring yourself a pack of gum so that you can stick your chewed gum on the gum wall in Seattle. I'm going to have to say, I don't think I can do it. I might be able to do it, but it might be more than gum that comes out. And oh my goodness. There's a blogger from Ottawa that was just in Seattle. They weren't on NCL, they were on Princess. But they did tour around. And they went to the original Starbucks. Well, they said everything inside. Hey, Scotty. Woohoo! Praise God. Yes, Scotty. Good job, brother. That took a lot of praying. Congratulations, my friend. That takes a whole lot of pressure off you and Miss Karen. That's awesome news, Scotty. Awesome news. Apparently, everything in this Starbucks is retro. So, like the water canisters or whatever you want to call them, they're all from a way back. If you get too close, whenever they're throwing the fish, they pull you in. Well, some people, the guy that throws the fish knows how to throw a spin on it, that you're going to get yourself slapped right upside the head by a big old stinky fish. Although I make a face and I might do it. And the Ferris wheel looks amazing at night. But again, do we really want to be outside our hotel after dark? Gonna have to say no. At least not down there. Unless we got one heck of a big crowd with us. But that'll be a game time decision. And Yes, my heart is crushed. My Seahawks are actually playing the Cheeseheads the Saturday night, which sucks. I was hoping to pick up an NFL game. Nope, out of town while we're there, of course. Darn tootin' things. Mm-mm-mm-mm. But all I can say is it really don't matter what's going to happen, folks. As long as we have fun, and it's all about how much we make our own fun. Um, Now, I got a message this week. There is NCL people trying to call our members and want them to spend more money. Of course they do, because they've looked how much this group has spent, and they, not that we planned 2 years ago and people have been saving for 2 years. They're looking at the almost 100, well, not 100,000, I think it's a 93,000 that we've paid. And well, that's what I was thinking too, Jesse, is, we just keep bugging Angie, and we'll have to get up and get Angie singing karaoke, and we'll have to get her name or her song announced, and then everybody can sing. Angie! We'll get the whole boat singing it. Yeah, it's, I've been told by several people, NCL's job is to get us to point B. It's our job to have fun after that. So is it, just let me pull up my app here for a sec. We were looking when we were going to do actually our second our second free dining, and it's looking like it's going to have to be Glacier Bay day 5, because day 1 we're going to Cagney's. Day 2, well, we're doing all the stuff in the morning, so it's probably going to be a fly by the seat of your pants on day 2 night. And then Juneau is where all the large crab shacks are. Tracy's, I forget the other one. And even if somebody in the party doesn't like crab, they have a number of salads, burgers, chicken, you name it, they got it. And yeah, we're in Juneau from 2:30 in the afternoon till 10 o'clock at night. So there's going to be supper at the Crab Shack. And then Skagway, well, we're going to be gone on the train adventure. Now we do pull into port at 6:30. So what I'm thinking, like I said to Debbie, is why not I really want to go see downtown Skagway. I've seen so many different videos, but they're always so quick and choppy. And, if I get out there early enough with not a whole lot of people around, maybe I'll do a video on Skagway, because we don't have to be to the train till I think it's 11:15. But our tickets are going to be put in our room the night before. Now is a good time if you want to order your significant other a surprise. You can never go wrong with chocolate dipped strawberries. If you don't like it, room 10290, just knock on the door. There'll be a sloth come out and go and close the door again. I love them. That's my one thing that I gotta say I've had on every cruise I've went on is the chocolate covered strawberries. Oh my goodness. They are, the NCL ones were very, very, like, they were huge and they were sweet. The one that we had on Carnival was, they were all right, but NCL was definitely better. But again, NCL is known for their food. They cater to people from my age to Jesse's age, like way up there. And yes, Tony, I know. And Glacier Bay, like Debbie, she's watched a couple videos, and all of them have said if you're not there between 7:30, you're not going to get a spot at the observation lounge. So we said we'd go up, we'd have a look. If we can get a seat or a section, we'll do it. And if not, go hang out in our balcony, get some really good shots. I'm going to get a clipper for my GoPro and set it up on a chair and just have it recording the whole time we go around. Even if we're not, even if we're not going to be in our room, I'll just make sure it's back far enough from the edge that if it happens to, hit a great big wave or whatever, no big deal. I just, cannot wait. You know what, Virginia? I've heard that. There is so many people. I was kind of hoping Bill was going to pop in today, but I'm not sure if he's back out on a cruise. But I know Scotty does go live right around now, so they could be doing their trivia Friday night. And then Ketchikan, it's a weird time. I still want to get off and I still want to see the little village, but we dock at 7 and all aboard time's going to be noon. So we've only got a few hours to get off that ship and get back on it. So like I said, number one, don't get caught up. If we have to, we'll go to Tracy's, but if not, we'll go around the corner. Because number one, it's cheaper. And it's the same darn crab that they unload on the dock and they bring it into the 2 restaurants. So the stuff that you might pay $30 or $40 a pound more at Tracy's, you're going to pay less at the other place, and they were probably in the same trap. So, other than that, I can't think of anything else. Slow and sure wins the race. Just, you know, we're probably going to start this weekend. I got to go down into the U.S. tomorrow. Ketchikan's a shorter time because it's not that big of a town. You can walk in less than an hour. So, Jesse, is Ketchikan the one that you walk off the ship, you go up one street and over, and then they have like you have to eat outside. So if it's raining, they're not, well, everything's going to be busy up there, but they have like daily caught seafood, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, hey Miss Ann, how you doing? And how's Worth? How's Worth doing? As good to be in as expected, I do hope. I'll likely figure out Uber to get to the first hotel. Well, yeah, you need to get an Uber from the airport to the hotel. This limousine service is only from the hotel to the... Actually, she said that she could arrange it. And I said, well, don't they have lifts and Ubers and taxis at the airport? She's like, yeah. And I said, well, I'm not going to have some car go on the clock if my plane's late. I said, yeah, I'll get one of those. We're all home tonight, so we are resting well. Very good, Miss Ann. You tell him he's got to get rested up. We got 36 days. And yeah, like everybody seems to be coming in Saturday mixed. Brenda's going to be the first one in at 9, and Miss Ann and Sarah are going to be, I think, the last ones in. They have quite a late flight, I believe. So, oh, that's what I forgot to ask you today, Jesse. When are Joni and Tony supposed to land? If they're anywhere close to us, I'll wait for them. So, and I think we're 11:15 local time whenever we land. So, I'm going to try to sleep as much as I can on the plane because I do get a bit. Angie, if you have an Uber app, yeah, you know what? That's like Jesse looked it up today, and it was if you took an Uber from the hotel to the NCL port, it's about half the price of the limousine. But like Glenda said, she's had some Ubers see that they have a dog, not that the person cares or anything. They just see that you know, they don't care if he's a service dog or not. They don't want him in their vehicle, and they just leave. Where the limousine service knows that Puppers is a service dog, and he will be coming with us. and there was no questions whatsoever. So, you know, if you're interested, it's $30 a couple. Or if you want to go out on a limb and try with an Uber and whatever, it's your holiday. Just let me know, because I got to know which van to book. So right now we're looking at the smallest van because we have 4 confirmed for the van. And Becca, everybody will meet Becca. She is I believe, the evening manager. Sweet, sweet, sweet young lady. Very, very helpful. She said that, we're within 2 blocks of restaurants for breakfast, lunch. She said, I recommend taking an Uber and going farther out. And I said, well, what about Anthony's? I've really heard some really good things. And she's like, well, if you want seafood, you're going to pay a little bit more. But if you're going to pay, like, just want a burger or salad or, or steak, she said, you're just going to pay the, where you pay everything else. So I'm sure we'll make that decision again, game time, once everybody's in. And I do believe we are part of the open house. So everybody's invited down for their craft beer. 1 is free. And then after that is bar priceless. So, absolutely, Miss Ann. I just remind me, Miss Ann, you have Jesse's number. I'll give you my number. Myself, Glenda, all the people that are going early, we will probably be over there probably in between 9 and 10. I think we said we'd leave at 9, but it all depends on our booking time too. So that's going to come out once I get a confirmed time. That's not one of the days that you want to sleep in till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You want to be booking your time. Now, in saying that, you don't want to go too early. We're only going early because it's going to take us longer to get on the ship, and I have a certain window where I have to pick up my scooter. You don't want to get on too early because, well, I guess you can if you want. You just can't get to your room. Yes, absolutely. If you don't have Instagram yet, I'm thinking I was actually going to talk to Jesse later about setting up some kind of, either through Messenger or Instagram, like a sailing post. So, guys, I'm lost. Yeah, that's too bad. No, I'm only kidding. But guys, seriously, whenever they say all aboard time is noon, don't show up at 20 after. because we will be waving at you as we're going. No, I think we sail all the way north and then come back down south. We can set up a snail. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we can do that, Jess. If Miss Glenda or no, Miss Glenda, you rest. Miss Lisa or myself, um, just make a post. Actually, there seems to be a lot of people who are wanting to join us. Now they don't get the perks that we do, you know, um, but I guess if they want to come with us, I bet you I've been at least contacted by a dozen people who want to be part of our casino pool. Again, I ain't got no problem with it. Networking, getting our names out there, and I just can't wait. I can remember when we still had 500 some odd days left. Now we're down to 37 till we sail. Ooh wee! It's gonna be awesome. So yeah, I did hear one of the um, one of the bloggers say, Alaska is boring. Huh? Alaska's what you make it. If you're going to sit there and pout and not get involved or not get off the ship, or that's on you. Like I've seen Princess at Skagway. Skagway? No, it's Ketchikan. They had pulled in and they were looking off the back of the ship, and there's a whole bunch of dolphins and whales playing behind the ship. That'd be a lot of fun. So, yeah, it is what it is. I did have to cancel one of my conferences. Doctor recommendation. She said, and she knows my wife, it's a small hospital. They know everybody and they know their significant other. And she sat down on the bed beside me last weekend and she's like, you're dumb. It's like, thanks. She's like, no. She's like, why are you trying to go to a conference a week before you set sail to go to Alaska? She said, you're going to be so darn tootin' sore and whatever else before you even start your trip. Like, what are you doing, man? I'm like, hey, doctor's orders. So one of the other counselors took my spot. So I didn't waste taxpayers' money. Mm-mm. Oh my God. Are you two going to cuddle in the corner or what? Wow. Oh, Joey, you're such a poop disturber and mixer upper. Um, let's see here. Hey, there's Tiffany. Hey, Tiff. So, Tiffany, when are you guys going to be in Ottawa? And are you just coming up for the wedding, or are you guys going to? Are you guys like going to be up here for a couple of days? Maybe go out to dinner or something? Again, it all depends on when you're when you're here. I may not be here. But anyway, so they found out what's wrong with my AC thing. I've only used it for four months, 5 at the very most. Well, it blew a motherboard Wednesday afternoon. Yes, it's covered by warranty, but really, should not. I should not have to worry about blowing motherboards whenever the unit is. It was installed the end of October, but you don't use it. We didn't use it in December, January, February. I guess part of March I might have used it. And I tell you what, if you guys that are going fishing with us on the trip, I hope you guys have as much luck as Chris, my buddy from Newfoundland. He took a week off, and the kids and I are going to be in Rockland. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Rockland is like almost 2 hours away. But I do have a conference. I don't know if it's that week or the week before. Anyways, we'll touch base before then. And other than that, folks, the link for the show is at the top of the chat. If you want to come up, say good day. If not, I think I'm gonna call it in an hour tonight. It's just getting one of those. It's starting to throb on me, so it is just about time that I start taking some meds and going to sleep. Because, you got Lauren and Joel, and you've got Lisa, and then you got Brenda. She kicks in. And then, usually, whenever Brenda's just about ready, Reverend Dream goes live yet again at like 11:45 at night. Just saying. So, oh, yes, getting back to this other person that seems to be contacting our folks, um, trying to get them to spend more money. Well, if he gets you to spend more money, he gets a commission. Well, Jane's been the one actually working on our project, and she's our person. So if anybody's going to get a stipend, it should be Jane because she's done all the work. But I've pretty much been told that's why some people are leaving. And it was especially bad with the Spanish speaking community. There was one person that would get in and try to take over um, everybody's clientele. And instead of her being reprimanded, they were patting her on the back because she was selling so much. Wow. And I'm supposed to hear back Monday, possibly Tuesday. I don't know yet, but one of the two about the casino pull. They're not sure if they can do it at 11:30. We may have to do it at noon. And I said, it's like half an hour. I don't care. You just fit us in. And the racetrack, we have to wait till we're on board to book it. I don't know if everybody wants to get together and book it now online. Again, I've been warned by my GP that if I do get in an accident and I snap my neck, I leave the ship on a body bag. That doesn't seem cool to me. I don't know. It doesn't give me the tinglies. But it is what it is. Oh, I just gotta, now that the sun's going down, I just got a splash of air, and it's cooler air. Like last night, it got down to 52 at night. So you freeze from 5 to 7, but once the sun comes up, then it gets all hot again. So I'm going to tell Debbie that I think before we go to the US tomorrow, we'll close everything, shut the drapes, and try to keep it as cool as we can inside the house. Give it a shot, because we're like this till at least Tuesday. But anyway, so I truly hope everyone has a magnificent, magnificent weekend. Don't forget, you got my sister tomorrow, 4:45 Eastern Standard Time. She's doing the lazy chat. And Johnny, I think, usually goes about 7 Central Standard Time. So keep an eye out for Johnny. Jesse, can you check and see if, or Joey, Can one of you guys check and see if Johnny's dropped his thumbnail for tomorrow night? God, Jesse's complaining about 62. 52 is killing me. Yes, Angie, you have a magnificent weekend. Make sure that Tony did all the onions just right. You know, I saw him looking at a few of them there. You just got to make sure that he's on the straight and narrow with your onions. And if you haven't checked and you want something to watch, Tony, our cabin in the woods, dropped a video today. So go have a looky-loo. I know there's more people have dropped links today, but that's where I was able to catch up to so far. He's like me then, Jesse. But anyways, I hope everybody has a magnificent time. Tuesday. Keep me in your thoughts. Say some prayers for me. He's thinking that if everything goes, even if he has to pick a couple of the pieces out of my jaw, he's still hoping that my surgery should still be under an hour. Should be actually under half an hour. So, what dropped my price significantly is I do have a phobia about dentists and whatever else. Is I refuse, or didn't refuse. I said I don't need IV sedation. I don't need you to put me to sleep for 5 minutes. I said, number one, doesn't that prolong my recovery time? And isn't it a lot more expensive? He's like, yeah, then it would be $3,000 if you did sedation. I went, I'll wear my big boy, you know what, my big boy britches that morning. And so long as you know that I've got a phobia, he's like, I'll give you some laughing gas and I'll poke some needles in there. He said, you're good to go. He's like, it's not my first rodeo. You're going to be my third one I've ever operated on. I know he's lying because he's the same age as me. But anyways, guys, you guys have a magnificent night. And if you have excess of cool air, send it north. As long as we don't have the humidity, we've got very, very low humidity this weekend by the looks of it. I'll take it. But anyways, this boy's this boy's mouth is very sore. So I'm going to call it a night. So take care, guys. God bless. And we will see you, I'm hoping, by Thursday. That will be 2 days post-surgery. I will play it by ear. It might just be a short procrastination Thursday, but got to get back into the swing of things, guys. Back into the swing. So, you guys take care.